In early October 2010, IBM's Antonio Muttoni spoke with Channel Enabler's President and CEO, Brahim Schneider, about channel trends and issues in emerging markets for 2011. Antonio is IBM's Vice President of Business Partner Sales Growth Markets and is based in Shanghai, where he lives with his wife and 5 children. Antonio is responsible for all IBM hardware, software and services business through several thousand business partners. Antonio joined IBM in 1987 and has held a number of management positions in brand operations, SMB sales, global financing and global services, both in Italy and across the world in Paris, London, New York, Zurich and more recently in Shanghai. Before taking his current position, Antonio was IBM's Vice President of Business Partners for Asia Pacific. Antonio holds an engineering degree and a master's degree in economics and business administration, and is an active sportsman. Let's join Brahim and Antonio now.
So Antonio, what do you see as the biggest challenges facing channel partners in the emerging markets going into 2011?
Well, when you look at the emerging market, first of all, when we look for challenges, also we look at what is the opportunity behind, right? And the opportunity that stands out from the emerging market, when you look at the GDP, comparing mature market versus emerging market, GDP in the mature market is about 2%, while 5% is on average on the growth market. And in addition to this, the IT percent as a percent of the GDP is about 2.4% in the mature market, but only 0.7% more or less in the emerging market. So you have a compound effect of low IT investment in the emerging market, compound with a huge GDP growth. So that is a huge opportunity that, of course, comes also supported by a huge migration of population. If you think about, there are about 100 million people moving into urban cities every year. So that is the size of what we are witnessing into the growth market. That is the opportunity, and of course, this brings a lot of challenges to be able to capture that. And challenges I see for partners are around 3 major areas. The first one is about the partner sales skills. How do we enable and how do they enable this IT infrastructure development? Because this will require a lot of investment from customers to be able to integrate and support this growth. The other point is how do we bring value to customers? Because it's not anymore selling IT for the sake of IT, but it's really understanding what are the business issues and trying to translate those issues into IT solutions. And then that brings into IT is very much a broad area of product, of things, but integration in what is key today. So integration to deliver solution, moving from simple product into solution. And also in the distribution space, we were used to look at the volume and value. While the 2 business models are still there, also in the volume business, we need to see how value and volume is delivered to customers. And the third point is about this emerging cloud computing, which really brings and drive process transformation for customers, enable new services, and cloud computing could stand to the emerging market somehow as being the phone and the telecommunication history to the fixed line and mobile phone. We have seen emerging markets really stepping up and not going through all the fixed phone line development, but just ramping up into the mobile phone. So as well in the emerging market, cloud computing could represent a way for all these development areas, how they can get into the IT wave in a different way by leveraging different way of delivering IT and consuming IT.
Let's just change tack slightly here. What do you see as the biggest challenges facing high-tech vendors now as they approach the emerging markets or the emerging market channels during 2011?
Well, the biggest challenge that the vendor, in some extent, are the challenges that our partners are going to face. So we are together to win and to bring value into this marketplace. So from a vendor perspective, we have to make for sure easier for partners to integrate and deliver value to customers through solutions. What do we mean for that? When you look into IBM, we look into these workload optimized systems, which is a way how we provide value to customers for a particular workload. How particular workloads which are important for customer, of course. System which has unique functionality and very specific and differentiated performance. Also, how we reduce cost of deployment and operation of those systems, and how we co-design those systems from an hardware, software, and service perspective. So that is all about what is workload optimized system. On the other side, integration factor is how do we bring this solution in volume to distribution? How do we bring together all the spare parts, all the raw materials of the solution, and we enable distribution to deliver a full integrated solution to their second tiers and therefore to the customers. So bringing together software, services, hardware, and whatever is in security, in business continuity, IT optimization, server consolidation, how those solutions can be really delivered in a mass market, in a mass volume way. If you look into the other challenges that we face, is also helping partners to understand how emerging opportunities are arising. So, for instance, cloud computing, business analytics, smarter planet. Take about the recent acquisition from Netezza that we have been done in the US, is to really to help IBM to expand the business analytics initiatives and to help customers gain faster insight into their business information. How do we bring that asset and those capabilities to also enable our partners to bring these to customers? Or Smarter Planet. I think you are familiar with the Smarter Planet, but I mean, if you think about the evolution of this, we move in the old days from distinct physical people, IT and business, so we're completely different elements, to have an instrumented, interconnected, intelligent system working together. But how this system will evolve into the future to become interactive, interdependent, in a digitally represented world. Somehow we have to look at how dynamically we capture and assimilate the data so we can use those data in a closed loop model for prediction and response. So that is all about Smarter Planet, but is about how you make all this seamlessly integrated. And of course, we need to help the partner to transform their business to capitalize on this emerging opportunity, because one thing is to spread those opportunities. The other one is to help partners to really make the investment and make the right transformation to be able to tap into this.
Looking at channel growth into next year, where do you see channel growth coming from in the emerging markets?
Well, when we look at the emerging markets, I think we have three major areas where we are focusing, where we see growth. The first one is on geo-expansion, or what we call geo-expansion. The geo-expansion is really about the coverage and presence in the remote cities of all these emerging markets. If you take as an example, for instance, China in year 2000, we had 3 branch offices. By 2010, we will have 28. You take India, we moved from 3 to 12. Brazil, we moved from 9 to 23. ASEAN was from 6 to 18. And this pace of growth will continue, and by 2015, we will dramatically increase this coverage. It's about establishing presence, also developing the partner ecosystem in these new cities, in these new areas. Because everything starts from having and nurturing the business partner community to help you then establish your IBM as a business. Therefore, becomes important the enablement and how we bring our assets and capabilities into this business partner community. The second element is what we call the metro cities and the mid-market. It's really the mid-market we have declared to be the business partner, the preferred route to market to serve this marketplace. And we need to be focused on how we help and continue to develop the autonomous business of the business partner. How we focus incentives and demand generation to be able to ramp up business in these areas. How we continue to increase the yield out of the small deal and continue to develop a sustainable and strong run rate business. It's all about very mature established market in the growth market, but still where the business partner has a very critical role to drive and develop the business because of their skills, because of their presence, because of their history of success over time. And the third one is about expanding the business partner investment. We say the share of wallet. What we really mean is how you continue to shift investment from partners into IBM assets, technology offerings. So how we become more and more the partner of choice, and we continue to deliver on our business partner charter that we established in 1995, and has not changed ever since. So think about the continuity. Think about the long-standing commitment that we have built over time, and since 95, we can proudly say that whatever we have meant for our partners has never changed over time. And we want to succeed, and we will only succeed with them as long as we continue to deserve their investment. And of course, investment has to be also how do we attract them into the full totality of IBM across software, services, and hardware.
Part 2 of this interview is available to partnering professionals at the Channel Enablers Partner Manager Resource Centre. Please go to worldwideweb.channelenablers.net. The Resource Centre contains a free online collection of best practice articles and white papers, client case studies and opinion leader interviews, online training, webcasts and more. Registration is free of charge and your personal information will be kept confidential. If you're not already a member, please register now.